Wire family, Jeff here. I appreciate you stopping by. It's not your fault because it's not your fault. Thanks for coming by. Like, subscribe, comment, bell, the whole thing, all that stuff down here, if you would please. Let's talk about control and letting go of it. Okay, so when we talk about control, we're talking about somehow trying to manipulate or steer or to get your loved ones to do what you want them to do, not necessarily what you ask them to do. What you want them to do is stop using drugs and alcohol. And of course, we all know that we can do that, right? Not even a little bit. We can't. We can't control what they do. So what do we have to do? We have to learn the difficult but possible art of letting go of the control. So in the past, when we have tried to fix our loved one's issue, when we've tried to control it, we've realized, hopefully sooner than later, that it's a impossible task. For a while, we may convince ourselves we're making a difference. For a while, we may actually convince ourselves that it's working. But in reality, we're just kidding ourselves. What they're doing, what your loved one may be doing, again, it's controlled by your loved one's addiction, is just reacting to what the addiction wants. If the addiction wants money, food, help, shelter, whatever, it's going to react to whatever you're asking it to do in kind to get what it wants. Does it believe what you're telling it? Does it believe all the things that you want to hear? No, of course not. It just wants to be fed. Any parasite will keep the host alive just enough to keep it being fed. And that's what addiction is. It's a parasite. It sucks the life out of your loved one. So the control is a mirage. If we think that we're somehow controlling the situation, it is a mirage. It's a oasis out in the desert. It doesn't exist. We may think for a while, like I said, we may think that we're getting through. We may think we're making a difference, but we're actually not. The control has to be given over to the only person, the only entity, the only being, the only spirit besides the loved one that can actually make a difference. And who is that? Kiantra? Anthony? Right. Your higher power. Only the Lord, only God can take the control from us. And if you want to feel better about it, if you want to have that little bit of ego inside and say, you know what, I could have handled it, but I'm just too busy right now, so I'm going to give it over to God. Fine. Delegate it over to God. Fine. I don't care. Whatever floats your boat. Until you give that control over to your higher power, you are chasing your tail. You're going to get nowhere. You can't make this happen. The 3 C's. You didn't cause it. You can't cure it. Can't control it. The 4th C is what? Contribute. You can contribute to disease. You can contribute to their situation by enabling and being codependent. Okay, that's called the 4th C. People don't talk about the 4th C enough, but it's there, trust me. The 4th C, contribute. All it does is push you. It's like taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. In your mind, you think you're making a difference. You're not. You're not. You're only hurting the situation. Give the control over to your higher power. Okay? You've got to let go of the control. You got to let Jesus take the wheel. Take your hands off and say, you take it, Lord. You take it because I can't do it no more. These are easier things said than things being done. I know this. BTDT, been there and done that. I know what I'm talking about because I've done it. All right. For 3+ decades, I tried to control my loved one's addiction. And for 3.5+ decades, it got me nowhere. Nowhere. It takes a real forgiving person such as you to forgive themselves for trying for so long to fix an unfixable situation. It's not your fault that you tried. You're a human being. Of course you're going to try. But the control must be given over to the Lord. Okay? We can't do it. Give it over to God. Give it up to God and let him take over because we are not equipped to control the situation. Only God and the loved one can do it. The loved one can do it only with God's help too. So take that for what it's worth. If you're trying to do this program without God in your life, I think the odds are stacked against you. I really do. You have to have a foundation of a higher power. You have to have some sort of benevolent help out there. You have to have some sort of foundation to build your house of serenity on. And that has to be your higher power. It has to be God. I just don't know how you can do this program without it. Now, there are programs out there like Favor that promote a faithless or a non-faith based recovery. I'm a man of God. I'm a believer. I don't know how anyone can do that. I really don't. I think it's pointless, and it's also dangerous to try. My opinion, not Al-Anon's. So giving over the control and letting go of it does not make you a quitter. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you non-committal. It doesn't make you uncaring or incompassionate. It makes you free. It's also very intelligent. It's also very smart that you let go of something you have no control over. Think about trying to save someone's life who's drowning and you yourself can't swim. Does that make sense? What's the point in that? You can't swim, they're drowning, so you jump in trying to save them? That's what we do. That's what codependents enablers do to try and fix their loved one's addiction or fix their loved one's situation, because we just feel like we can somehow, even though we can't swim, maybe we can, no. Nope. Toss them a lifeline. That lifeline has to go up. Give it over to God. Tell God that, let him handle it. I can't handle it. And I don't want to say wipe your hands of it, but step back, take a deep breath, say a prayer, and give it over to God, because that's the only way your loved one's ever going to quit using. And the only way that you're going to find serenity is if you give it over to God. Okay. I don't know if any of this makes any sense. I do hope that I'm relaying the information properly. I do hope that I'm making some sort of a cohesive understanding of what I'm trying to lay out. I really do. I'm not the most eloquent person in the world. I've told you guys before. I didn't go to college. I went in the service for almost a decade, and I never set foot on a college campus until I dropped my daughter off there. I am not higher educated. All I know is I'm living my life and teaching this program through the experiences I've had. So BTDT, been there and done that. That's the only initials after my name, but I hope that makes a difference. I hope someday that people can appreciate that what I'm doing is the fact that all I'm trying to do is help people. I said a long time ago, I said almost a year ago, this channel will never make money. Well, that hasn't been exactly true. I think I've made $3.17. So 300 videos, $3.17. So, and I also made a promise, if I ever did make any money, I give it back to recovery efforts in the area and addiction research in the area, which of course I will do. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Let go of the control and give it over to God, because we can't control it. We can't cure it. We didn't cause it, but we can contribute to it. And the more we try and keep the control, the more we contribute to it, right? It works if you work it, guys. Keep coming back and say a prayer for the prayerless. Say a prayer for all those people out there who, like me, like you, tried to fix an unfixable problem for very, very long, and it cost them a lot. Cost them time, cost them money, cost them heartache, cost them their inner peace and their self-worth. And let's just stop the madness, okay? Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everyone. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.